This is the story of one man called Hank, who was having some trouble, his computer screen blank. He pushed every button and lots of mouse clicking. Frustrated and mad, he even tried kicking. But it was no use, his computer was busted. He needed some help, someone he trusted. Hank quickly stood up and went to his phone. He must call his friend. Hank hoped Stanley was home. The phone rang and it rang and it rang and it rang when from the front door there came a loud bang. Hank put down his phone and raced to the door. "Who is out there?" Hank did implore. "It's Stanley," said Stanley. "I've come to your aid. We'll fix your computer. Be not afraid." "But how?" asked Hank. "It won't even turn on. Windows won't start. I've waited so long." "Worry not, my friend," Stanley declared. "We will install Linux. Now let's get prepared." "Linux? What's that?" asked Hank all confused. "That doesn't sound like anything I've ever used." "It helps make your computer be all it can be," Stanley declared, "and Linux is free. It's fun, it's fast, and it's built to share. It's made by people, people that care." "Sounds great," said Hank, "but how do I start?" Stanley smiled and said, "I'll help with that part. The first thing to do is to pick out your distro. Linux comes in all flavors, just like cookie dough." "I can have chocolate Linux?" asked Hank in delight. Stanley just laughed. "No, Hank, not quite. No two types of Linux are quite the same. I'll tell you my favorites. I'll tell you their names. There is good old Slackware, who's been around since the start. With Slackware, your computer will never need to restart." "Sounds great," said Hank. "That's the one that I'll use." "Whoa there," said Stanley. "There's plenty more to choose. There's Arch or Debian if you want a blank slate. You can make your own system, make it real great." "But why stop there? Down the rabbit hole we go. Linux from scratch, and you'll be a real pro." "Then there's Gentoo if you love to compile. It's sure pretty cool, but can take quite a while." "Or you could use Saboyan. Can't go wrong with that. It's sorta like Gentoo with a pretty blue hat." "I don't understand," said Hank in a wimple. "I just want it to work. I want it real simple." Stanley thought for a second and came up with a plan. "We'll find you a distro where you won't even need man. SUSE is easy and makes you feel like a wizard. It's awesome and green and comes with a lizard. And of course there's Ubuntu if you just don't like green. It's brown and it's orange with purple between. And Mint is Ubuntu, except when it's not. I hear on the street some folks like it a lot. Elementary is fun. It certainly has style. It's pretty and fancy and sure to make you smile. Fedora is cool if you like big red hats, and there's certainly not anything at all wrong with that. Then there's Puppy and Crunchbang, which are just fun to say. You might want to try them. You might want to stay." "Let me stop you right there," Hank said in delight. "I'll try them all. I'll try every last bite. I'll try SUSE and Mint and Puppy and Gentoo. I'll try Slackware and Crunchbang, Fedora, Ubuntu, then Debian and Puppy and Linux from scratch, and on to Elementary, Saboyan, and Arch." "Glad I could help," and Stanley did chime. "Let's order pizza. It's install party time."